All right, so I thought I would go ahead and do the stat compilation. So again, I don't track stats. I compile simulated stats. So I just finished my the grays at my gamblers. We won 23-14, and I'm going to go ahead and determine all the stats for this with my stat generator. So on the back side of this is my running back stat generation, my receiving stat generations here, and my quarterback stat generations here. Okay. So this particular game, they're not rated for the stat generator. So you roll a random D6. So first, let's go ahead and do Grand Bay. So Grand Bay for this game, the Grand Bay Grays, their quarterback for this game will complete. I go to the quarterback chart. Very simple. I roll a D20 and a D6. And the D6 just determines the quality of the day he had. 20, holy shit, he had a pretty good day. For a poor day, he completed 58% of his passes. So their quarterback is 58%. And that's it. That's all I got to do for the quarterback right now. Right? We already know that he threw touchdowns or interceptions from the actual game. But we're going to use that to simulate his yardage, right, and his completion percentage. All right, so let's go to the running backs for them. They've got Weber and Time, so we're going to write down Weber and Time. All right, Weber is getting to roll a 1d20 with a d6. So we'll find out what kind of day he had. 2. So again, about right. They didn't have a great day. 2 and 2. He had 5 carries for 19 yards. That's probably pretty accurate. But he did, I think, have a touchdown run. He sure did. So a TD run for Weber. And they had a couple of, or we had the fumbles. They have a fumble. I don't know if they had a fumble. They did have an interception. Yeah, they did. We did pick off their quarterback. Okay, their second back is running back number 2, rolls 2d6 for this. All right, so first we're going to find what column. So he's going to be on this column. We roll 2d6. 5, 6. So 6. He had a 10 for 44 day. Did Time. And the quarterback automatically rolls D3, right? The quarterback had 4. He had a pretty good day, and D3 is 1. So he had 6 carries, did the QB for 6 for 12. That's going to give them a total of 21 carries for 63, 75 yards, and a touchdown. So not bad for their running performance today, right? Now the receivers, where are the receivers at? Right here. All right, so receivers, we got to do their halfback and their 3 receivers plus their fullback, right? So we're going to do split end, flanker, tight end, halfback, fullback. All right, so here we go. First up, wide receiver 1 gets a D20. And again, we're going to roll because we don't have a rating. Now, in my other games, these guys might be rated. Now, I could go in and say Grantham is a 6 quarterback, and you would always use a 6, right? That would just guarantee Grantham gets certain production, right? But I like to roll to see what the variable was. How good was receiver 1 today? It's like a form. 3. He was 18. He caught 6 for 71. Receiver 1 caught 6 for 71. Okay, receiver 2 gets to roll D6, 2d6. So first he is rolling on, did I look at the wrong chart on that 18? No, over here. Yeah, matter of fact, let's get this out of the way so I'm not confused. Okay, 1. So he's rolling on the 1 chart. He gets to roll 2 dice. 6, 7. He caught 2 for 10, did the flanker, 2 for 10. The tight end's rolling D6. So 6, but the tight end caught 2 for 26. And our running back 1 gets the 1d3. So running back 1 is on 2 and gets a d3. He's going to get 1. So he caught 1 for 5. And of course, if you had a catch over here, like Weber had a run, if you had a catch over here for 12, you could make sure you add their 12 to the... All right, and the fullback is rolling 1d3 as well, and he's using 2, and he got 1 for 5. So our total completions were 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 completions for 81, 107, 117 yards. So that's about right for this game, the way it went for them. They scored 14. We're in 1948. Now we go ahead and do the math. 58% of 12. We need the calculator because I'm not great with the fancy math like long division. So they had 12 receptions. divided by 0.58 completions, that's 21 pass attempts. So the quarterback is 12 of 21 for 117 yards, no TDs, but he did throw an INT. And of course, if I had sacks tallied, if I wanted to tally sacks against him, I could, right, etc. There we have it, folks. So their total offense for the day, they had 42 plays for 75 plus 117. No, wait a second. I think I added their passing numbers wrong. 71 plus 10, 26, 117. Man, I'm better than I thought. Okay, so 75 plus 117. They had 192 yards of offense. They had a touchdown. So Grantham did throw a TD. I forgot that. He threw a TD and a pick. And they had 2 TDs on the day, 1 rushing, 1 passing. And again, they only scored 14. They only had 42 plays. And again, my game is built on 4 possession quarters. So I want the plays. So if you were tracking stats for your team, but simulating stats for everybody else, you want this to stay pretty close to what 4 to 5 possessions would be. Their total offense. So our defense had a great day. We held them to only 192 yards. We intercepted him once, and we held him to 14 points, which is actually not great in this game because the Aces lost 10-3 right in the first game. So we're not going to be the number 1 defense in the league. But so we now know how well their receivers played. We know how well their running backs and their quarterback ran the ball. We know how well their quarterback passed today. Let's go ahead and do my team now. Paradise City. Paradise City, this was versus the Grand Bay Grays, and this was versus... So then I just file this, and I can tally everything at the end of the season for totals, or tally it as I go. All right, let's go ahead and do our game here. And, of course, I'm going to tally this slightly differently. I'm going to do my quarterback last. We're going to do running first, and I'll write down the names of my players here. So we have, for our guys, Garrison and Jonas. We got a problem because we had a couple of fumbles lost. Garrison and Jonas. My quarterback is Tucci. So this is our runs. Here we go. So our quarterback, and it says here too, you're free to use, that's rushing. Yeah, that's right. So 1d20 for our running back. So he's a base rating. So average day for him, 19 though. He ended up with 18 carries for 101 yards. Our power running game, 18 for 101, right? He had a touchdown, and he also had a fumble lost, right? We know that. Jonas rolls 2d6. So we're going to roll first for how quality a day. He had a great day for 4 and 8. He's going to have an 18 carry. He's going to have a 17 carry, 73-yard day. He also had a fumble lost. Tucci's rolling on the 4. He gets 1d3. He's going to get 3. He's going to have 9 for 31 was Tucci. Right, so we got huge rushing day for us. 18 plus 17 plus 9. We had 44 rushes, right? Because remember, because we're playing abstract possessions, what would those other possessions that we didn't play, like the ones that just ended in a basic punt, what would those have looked like? Well, we're compiling all of the plays that we didn't actually see, plus the plays we really probably had, right? So 44, and we're going to end up with a great day rushing. 101 plus 73 plus 31. We're going to end up with a 205-yard rushing performance with, I think, 2 touchdowns. We had a touchdown run, and we had a pass touchdown, right? So TD, but we had 2 fumbles lost. Fortunately, we overcame those. All right, our receivers for us are Reasons, Philadron, and Burns. And then, of course, our backs are Garrison and Jonas. All right, here we go. Reasons. What did Reasons do today? So we can get rid of this now. That our rushing performance is tallied for our game. All right, our receivers. Here we go. Reasons had a 1 day. We already know he caught a pass for 71. So I'll roll this as I'm supposed to, and I'll add to this 1 to 71, so 8. So 3 for 12. So 2 for 12. So he's going to end up with 3. We caught a pass for 71, so we know it's going to be 83 yards and a TD. That was Reasons. He caught the 71-yard bomb. All right, Philadron rolls 2d6. 1 and he's going to hit 6, 8. He's going to catch 2 for 12 today. Burns rolls 1d6, 5. So we're on the 5 here for Burns. And 5, he's going to have a pretty good day. 4 for 45. Garrison out of the backfield is 1 and 2. He's going to have 0 catches today, Garrison. And 3 and 1 for 7 for my fullback. So let's tally these receptions. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 receptions from my -2 quarterback. 83 plus 12 plus 45 plus 7 for 147 yards. Ironically, not real bad. And we didn't throw an interception, which is truly remarkable, but we did fumble the ball away twice, right? Okay, so, and we did have a TD pass. That's pretty sweet. So my quarterback now, Tucci, right? He had 10, so we're going to go ahead and find out what his... Now, what I would do with my ratings for Tucci, I would roll, but he's a -2, and I would subtract 2 from this roll. 4, so he's actually a 2 quarterback today, so he's actually worse because he's not a good quarterback. I don't want to give him up here in a 6. 56% completion, so 10 divided by 0.56, 51, excuse me, no, 56. He's going to get 18 completions, so he was 10 of 18 for 147 yards, no sacks. He did throw a touchdown. Not a bad day for him at all. 10 of 18 for our -2 quarterback. That is efficient. So let's tally our total offense. We ended up with 44 plus 10. We ended up with 54 plays from scrimmage, 205 rushing, and 147 passing. There were no sacks for 352 yards, 2 TDs, 2 turnovers, and we won this game 23-14. So this particular chart, now my other charts that are available that were out there for a while, they actually show what you did on the box score. So I have a couple of sets of these. This set uses a die 6 or a rating. So for instance, when I'm playing play action football, I made the players and I gave them a rating. So for instance, I'm trying to think of the best back in football in '91. Emmitt Smith would be a 6. So when I roll for Emmitt Smith's rushing in every game that I play Emmitt Smith in, Emmitt Smith will always roll on the 6. So the worst game he could have is 8 for 24. The best game he could have is 24 for 164. So when Emmitt Smith is always going to be rolling and getting a decent game for Emmitt Smith, right? That's how that works. You can rate them based on this. Again, it's also set so you can use a random variable just to find out what their form was. Oh, today Emmitt Smith was a 3 and 7. He had 12 carries for 51 yards, right? Very simple. And then, of course, the other chart I have is actual box score. So if Emmitt Smith has fumbles, it's on this side. So let's say Emmitt had a base day. You start here, but if he had a fumble or he had 2 fumbles, you would shift him down. If he had touchdowns, you would shift him up. So base day's here, but he had, let's say, a 2-touchdown day, you would be here, right? So this would jive with his touchdown performance, right? So that's my other set of charts is negatives. For instance, a quarterback's completion percentage would literally be, base, 1 interception day, 2+ interceptions, touchdown day, 2 touchdown day, 3 touchdown day. And same for receivers. The receivers would quite literally be, they had a base day, they had a touchdown, touchdown day, fumble day, whatever. So anyway, you can see how that can work. These charts are a version of these charts, not these exact charts. We're in one of my published Big Country Football books that is no longer available. I actually had charts like this in a version of Big Country Football, and if you were lucky enough to grab that version while it was available for sale, then you have similar stat production charts like that in that book.